One of the things that impressed me the most about this film is that it made me hate dogs. Boy, listen, y'all, I say this because I love dogs. That's one of the main reasons why I love John Wick, because they killed a dog. And this dude went wild on everybody. I'm always rooting for the dog when I see a movie. But this movie right here made me hate these motherfuckers. And these racist ass dogs have got to go. And look at that. They self-hating black dogs. Look at that, man.
You hate your own kind.
Hating your own kind. Look, all of them black. Look at that. My black ass dogs, honey, these slaves are here. I tell you, these racist ass dogs, they had to go. I wanted to kill them so bad in this movie. And I ain't talking about just taking them out quick, because normally I say, well, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they gotta go, but don't let them suffer.
But they're too into it.
No, you can tell they enjoyed that shit. No,
they couldn't wait to be free.
Oh, hell no. They love that job way too much, man.
They couldn't wait for a slave to run off.
DTmerch.com is up, and we got plenty of stuff for it. We got all kind of stuff now, from mugs to coasters to stickers to caps, hoodies, and we got the shirt of the month. Don't forget Pixie. Pixie's going to be our shirt designed by Teresa Rockabirdie. It's going to be up for the rest of December. And Oscar season is here, Martin. It is here, son.
Yeah, no, it's here.
It is here. And it's time to round up some black actors, put them on that Hollywood plantation.
Oh, no.
Have them pick some Oscar cotton, not Oxycontin, Oscar cotton. You know, because Oscar season, you know, not as much, but Oscar season used to be good seasonal work for black actors, man.
True.
You know, for black actors and black extras. Because that's when they rounded them all up and put them in some struggle shit, you know? Black struggle Oscar-based season, it used to be the equivalent of like people working for Amazon during the holidays.
It's seasonal work.
It's seasonal work, yeah. Or like when they work for the IRS during tax season.
Right.
Yeah, you know, black actors, they just kind of, that was at one time of the year to work. There's some black actors out there saying, damn, you know, I wish slavery was a lot more active right now. so I can keep working.
Wait, are people not wanting slavery movies anymore?
Yeah.
Shit, there goes my summer house.
Shit, some of them's like, there goes my hamburger. Shit, that was just my, you know, that was my spending change right there. But if you were if you're an A-list black actor, you know that it was even better, because that was your chance to go in and get yourself probably an easy Oscar nomination. You know, and if you really made those white people cry, you might get a win. You might go home with that statue. If you really moved them, though, if you really made them feel guilty. Sure. You know, that's why people are wondering. You know, is this the reason that your boy Will Smith? You know, is this the reason why Will Smith is all nappy-headed and running through this field right here? You know, is this the real reason that Will Smith took this struggle shit? He's after the slap. He's got to find a way to get back into Hollywood's good graces, and Hollywood still loves seeing black actors dressed up as ragged-ass slaves, all greasy, running from straw hats and racist-ass dogs. It still makes white audiences go, man, that ain't cool. You know? You know, hey, give him an Oscar. That'll fix things.
Right, there's the reparations.
Yeah, there you go. Don't say we didn't give you nothing.
You got a statue. Now shut up.
You know, listen, to be honest with you, when I heard that Will Smith was doing this slave movie right here, I thought it was going to be him running around slapping white slave owners, man. Freedom. Lincoln said, you know, that would be Oscar worthy to me.
All right, now you're just being childish.
Hey, man. No, listen, I've had enough of seeing slaves running from dogs and I know. White people on horses and shit. I want to see a slave movie where where a dude is just taking slave masters on. So the plot here is, and you can almost say that this movie, they say based on a true story. You can almost say it's even based just on a photograph.
Oh, right.
Yeah, everybody knows this photograph of Gordon. Now, the character's name is Peter in the movie, but this is the photo of the slave with the scars on his back from being whipped so much. Being whipped so much, he went into a coma. They took this picture back in the 1800s. The mid 1800s, I think it's the 1860s, where they wanted to use this picture to show the world, not the rest of America, because America knew the rest of the world, the brutality and gruesomeness of slavery. And so this is pretty much the story of this character in this photograph. As I said, his name is Peter in the photograph, but in the movie they call him his name is Gordon in the photograph, but in the movie they call him Peter. He was whipped in 1862, escaped in 1863, joined some troops, and he went and fought for freedom after he ran to gain his freedom. He's running to get to Baton Rouge because Lincoln freed the slaves. But as you know, word did not travel very far because slave master said, "Dad, we think we giving up our slaves? We spend good money on these black ass people."
Yeah, it's like the whole.
Yeah, you better get I don't give a Lincoln said. I said get your ass back to work and get them goddamn Lincoln logs up there. Yeah, man. So not a lot of slaves knew, and the slave owners were not giving up their slaves. And a lot of these slaves started hearing word about it. And when they heard that they actually were free, if only they could get over to Baton Rouge, where you had the Union troops fighting back the Confederacy and recruiting slaves to fight, not just for their freedom, but for the freedom of other slaves. They took the chance. And it was a very, 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 of course, I mean, if you know anything about slavery, it was a very dangerous thing to run away from your owners. How dangerous? Well, we're going to take a look with this review. And also, I'm talking about struggle movies and whatnot, but listen, a good movie is a good movie.
True.
I don't care, if I'm tired of a struggle movie or not, whatever. If you make a good film, then that's how I have to take it. Mm-hmm. Is that the case with Emancipation? Starring, some people say, the comeback of Will Smith.
But they never break me.
So,
man, that Ben Foster don't play nothing but villains and crazy people.
He should.
Or crazy villains.
Yeah, and got that same look in every movie. That's why he gets his ass beat every movie. Why don't you shut your ass down, man? So, many of y'all might have already guessed, but this is the movie where Chris Rock he's gonna watch this on repeat, man. Chris Rock gonna have a field day with this, man. He just gonna have this shit just playing on repeat in the background because Will Smith gets his ass beaten this several times. I mean, he's a slave. It comes with the territory. But it's just not the physical abuse that is going on here with him. It's the character. The character is exhausted. His body is scarred, as you saw. He's broken. He always looks on the verge of collapse. I always look like he's on the verge of crying at them. That Will Smith nostrils and the mouth. Y'all know the look. But the thing is,
how come my daddy don't love me? Master.
Yeah, he's still looking for Uncle Phil. All right, I'm sorry, he's still looking for his daddy. Uncle Phil. This is probably what Will Smith looks like on the inside because of that ass whooping that he got from the world after the slap. And the thing with that is that, you look at this movie and it's almost like a reflection. It's almost like a reflection of him just being humbled in a way. But the character is also very headstrong. He's fierce. And you heard that in the trailer, he has a determination where he will not be broken. And the thing with those qualities of that character is what makes Will Smith's performance so good here. Because I always thought that Will Smith was a really good actor. All right. But, you know, there was a time I thought, okay, I still see Will Smith. I look at this and I'm thinking like, damn, you know, these days, I think Will Smith is great. I think he's finally come into being a great actor. Not just, you know, Will Smith and, you know, not Big Willie, you know. You know, even when I watched him in Ali, I was like, that's just Will Smith.
Right.
You know, here it's like, man, you know, his greatness is showing. You know, he's so good that here's the thing. He's so good that a film like this is almost a lazy attempt at an Oscar. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you know, especially since it overshadows all the other actors and a lot of other black actors that are slaves that are as good as he is. But, you know, I mean, that's not his fault. And, you know, my whole thing is by saying all this is saying that regardless of his recent actions or whatever he's done, I mean, first of all, I'm not a person who likes the phrase move on, but guy made a mistake. You know, we already went over that. And I'm not going to dare come into this movie and hold that over him after all this has passed. Sure. I don't care if he said he didn't say an apology like I wanted him to. That doesn't matter. You know, that's their business now. I'm done with it. I looked at this movie. I took him as an actor, and I thought he was great. And I enjoyed watching him. I thought he was awesome. As for the film, it makes me conflicted with my opinion on struggle movies, man. You know, and I've always said that I've had an inner conflict with especially slavery struggle movies, because, you know, first of all, the timing of these movies is what gets me, man. You know, it's, you know what I mean?
You guys always wait till November to trot these out.
Boy, this name's November Slave Month in Hollywood, man. You know, it's because they release these movies at this time where it is pure, obvious Oscar bait. And also, you know, my thing with struggle movies is that we could still use black people in other genres. You know, the balance still really isn't there like it should be. You know, that
it's getting there.
It is. You know, we need we need representation of the genres that does not exploit our pain. In our history. Like
if we get 1 year with no struggle movies whatsoever. Although that might mean black actors don't get any work. But I mean, where they all get the same amount of work, there's just none of it is struggle movies.
Shit, black actors, like, we struggling if there ain't no struggle movie. Hey, what you doing to us? Come on now. You know, but, you know, I'm thinking of things like that. Don't exploit our pain. Don't exploit our blackness. You know, things like more sci-fi, a rom-com with just normal people, a drama with just normal people. Fantasy, you know, the balance isn't still there, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, but, you know, given how today people want to erase our history, you know, people want to come in and pretty much whitewash slavery. So they call it like what they volunteered. But the way they, you know, there's people, you know, people coming in with critical race theory and all that kind of shit, trying to use that excuse to like change anything that makes them feel uncomfortable about America's ugly history with racism. When I hear that and I see that, I look at this movie and I say, you know, well, as much as I hate it, these movies are still needed.
And that's what I've always said about it. It's like I don't necessarily want to see it because I've seen it my whole life, but they are important.
And we need these movies as a reminder that slavery wasn't bad. Slavery wasn't sad. Slavery was horrific, man. Slavery was things that we see today as a horror movie. That's American history. There's and it's largely with slavery. You know, beyond the usual torture and beatings and berating, murder. You know, there's a scene with something out of Game of Thrones where they just have slave heads on a pike. They actually have a beheading scene in this movie. You know, people being just worked to death, just falling. You know, people being killed on the spot for no reason other than people lunatics back then. I mean, today, what we talk about the law today and murder and whatnot. We saw these horrific things that happens today, mass murders. That was every day.
Sure.
That was a Tuesday back in the day.
Especially when people who knew they could just murder someone and get away with it with zero consequences.
Yes. Yeah, you know, I mean, just cruelty. I mean, you know, it makes you think that people are just inherently, just deep down inside, just born being psychotic because of what people did on a large number, man. You know, history shows how gruesome and sick lynchings were. So if that was any, and we got a lot of proof of that. So if there's any indication of how bad things were after slavery, think how bad they were during slavery. And so these movies, they need to be a fresh reminder every now and then of how bad slavery was. That's also where my personal problem comes in with this film. I want more positive and heroic and intelligent depictions of people who look like me, of people who grew up like me. I've seen enough black torture porn over the years, subservient roles over the years to last me a lifetime or two. And a lot of this is, a large chunk of this movie is just black suffering.
Yeah.
Torture, murder. I mean, I'm talking about graphic, almost body horror type torture going on here, man. I don't need to see that shit, man. I know, because a lot of this movie where it's not that I just don't want to see that, but really, if you were giving me something kind of new with it, besides showing me just how much worse it could be, I might be a little more into it. But a large chunk of the movie is just that black, horrific suffering, and I've just had enough. I other people need to see it. I don't need to be there right now for it. And that's just me. Except for the action, man. The action in this movie, I would say that's something that's done a little different. I don't know if that's always a good thing.
He's fighting alligators.
Well, see, that's the thing with this, man. I
mean, it looked like a dinosaur almost.
Okay, so listen, man, that alligator. That alligator might as well be a goddamn T-Rex out of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Man, that shit, this mother might as well be the Lost World or something, because Jurassic Park, 5 or something, man, because the way that plays out, see, some of the action in this movie plays out like straight up studio Hollywood action. And that damn alligator's one of them. let me tell you how crazy this is.
Okay.
Because Big Willie, as Peter / Gordon, he's hiding in the water, and he waits for the masters that are hunting after him to leave. And he gets up, he's like, woo, thank God for that. And he gets ready to climb out, and the alligator's like, what the go? It comes out and grabs him. And it's I'm not going to say it's ridiculous or badly done. It just kind of feels out of place in this movie.
Yeah. And
then they got other action tropes like the last minute save.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. It's very Hollywood action in this, which is kind of cool because I told you, I want to see slave movies where we ain't just running. We get to take out some slave masters. And Will Smith, he goes Rambo on some of these fools, man. There's moments he goes crazy on them. I'm just kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool right there to see.
Yeah.
But there's some other parts of action in here where just kind of like, well, one moment this feels like a historical film, and then there's another moment where it feels like it's an action thriller going on. And sometimes I don't think they always. They don't mix completely. It's not terrible, but But yeah, that scene with that gator kind of feels out of place. You laughing? Why you laughing?
Because of what you talking. Like, I hate that you're saying it, but you're right, bro. That shit was out of place.
That's one of the things that sold me on the film too.
Yeah,
looking at that alligator about to eat Will Smith, about to eat his ass like HelloFresh, man. That's what he said to Will Smith. Hello, fresh. You don't get no fresher than Will Smith trying to come out the water, but. No, this that I had to do, yo. HelloFresh. We talked about it before. Gonna talk about it again because I actually love HelloFresh. You about to get into it?
Yes.
Yeah. Before he even knew I was doing this ad, he said, because we talking about eating healthy, and you said, man, I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm about to get HelloFresh.
Yeah, I saw an ad pop up the other day.
Like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thing with HelloFresh is, first of all, you got the holidays coming, man. And you probably gonna be having people over. You want to cook, but first of all, you can't cook. Come on, let's be real. Second of all, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the kitchen. You want to get to eating with your friends and the family that you have out there. And then don't even worry about the holidays. Sometimes you just want to impress one person, maybe a date or something. HelloFresh is the perfect thing for that. First of all, HelloFresh, it's very easy to make. They have meals that are 30 minutes or less that take to prepare. They even got some quick and easy meals that take 20 minutes to prepare on HelloFresh. HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less than takeout. Let's not even talk about going to eat in a restaurant. It's much cheaper than that. I know everybody likes to eat out every now and then, but come on, save a little money for yourself. Hey, holidays are around the corner. You're gonna need that money to buy some gifts and whatnot. Also, they have meals that have 20% fewer calories than takeout, so you can still have all that full flavor without all that guilt. You also have desserts. They have meals that the kids can cook. Look at the children right there. Normally they'd be burning that kitchen down, but
that's true.
But the HelloFresh, look, the dog is even cooking. Look at that, man. Yeah, look at that. The whole family is in on it. Prepare these meals or choose these meals and combine these meals to your dietary taste or needs. If you want a whole veggie meal, you can get that. If you want a whole meaty meal, you can get that. Hey, if you want to mix it all together, you can do that too. HelloFresh has got you. At one time, HelloFresh, they just gave you meals, they gave you dinner. But there's a reason they're America's #1 meal kit, and that's because they got you covered in all areas of eating right now. So I'm gonna get you covered right now, so you can try it. Hey, you want to eat healthy? You want to start like cooking and impressing your friends and family and dates and whatnot? I got you. Go to HelloFresh.com/doubletoasted18 and use the code doubletoasted18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. Ooh, that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
There. So I want to thank HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, for supporting this portion of the show. And I also want to thank all of you out there for your support. As usual, I'm gonna tell you something with this movie. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Oh, there we go. One of the things that impressed me the most about this film is that it made me hate dogs.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Boy,
I've been saying this for years. I love dogs with their snitches.
Man, these dogs right here. When you say snitches, shit, snitches.
Yeah, they worse than snitches.
No, shit, snitches go back and tell you. They're just gonna tear your ass apart.
Sure.
Boy, listen, y'all, I say this because I love dogs. That's one of the main reasons why I love John Wick, because they killed a dog. And this dude went wild on everybody. I'm always rooting for the dog when I see a movie. But this movie right here made me hate these motherfuckers. And these racist ass dogs have got to go.
Yeah.
And look at that. They self-hating black dogs. Look at that, man.
You hate your own kind.
Hating your own kind. Look, all of them black. Look at my black ass dogs. Honey, these slaves are here. I tell you, these racist ass dogs, they had to go. I want to kill them so bad in this movie. And I ain't talking about just taking them out quick, because normally I say, well, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they gotta go, but don't let them suffer.
But they're too into it.
No, you can tell they enjoyed that shit. No,
They couldn't wait to be free.
oh hell no, they love that job way too much, man.
They couldn't wait for a slave to run off.
Oh hell no! Even the slave masters came. There's one scene like, hey, come on, shit, come on now, goddamn, settle down. I mean, we don't like slaves, but fuck, we ain't gotta have them that bad. But these damn dogs, I hated them so bad, man. I didn't even want them to die easy and quick. I want to choke those little sons of bitches, man. And I want them to look at me while I did it, so they know they dying by black hands. Sons of bitches. It wasn't until nearly the end of the movie, though, that it probably like the last 20 minutes or so that I started to enjoy the movie a little bit more, because it changes from a pretty standard struggle film, black pain and torture and whatnot, to focusing on the black Union soldiers. Mm-hmm. And the thing with that is that this is a point where we see these soldiers who are carrying themselves with dignity, especially this actor here, man. I love this guy. I don't see enough of him. Mustafa Shakir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the lieutenants that was leading the black regiment. And so these guys are carrying themselves with dignity. They're carrying themselves with pride, intelligence. They're well spoken. It was a lot that I liked about that part, man. No one really knows what happened with with Gordon / Peter, but they give him a more heroic role near the end. So I don't know how fictionalized it was for his narrative at the end, because nobody really knows what happened to the guy. But what I did like, besides the dignity that the soldiers had, is Antoine Fuqua, Anton Fuqua, who directed this, who also directed one of my favorite films, Training Day. I believe that his filmmaking really started to shine at the end, because there's this huge battle.
Yeah.
And so the Union black soldiers have to take this hill where there's this big ass cannon. Now I will not go as far as to use the word epic, but I will say it was done very well. His filmmaking here was very thrilling, and it's just some beautiful things that he's doing with the cinematography and some of the things that Peter runs into on as he's trying to escape, like this burning house right here. And I will say that the whole thing with the pseudo black and white kind of, I didn't really get that. Unless he was trying to do some sort of artistic decision like Schindler's List or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was really needed. But I will say this, I don't know if it was needed, but that black and white, it made for some really crisp, detailed, and beautiful imagery. And a lot of it was capturing not only the horrors of slavery, but just of the Civil War. It was good, man. Performances are great. We talked about Will Smith and some other people. Ben Foster was very good, man. I mean, he did his job and made you hate him. Yeah.
As he does in there, almost every movie I see him in. He
carries a business card. Need somebody to hate? Pick me.
Yeah.
Every movie. He's either Weasley or he's a damn racist.
Or he's a loose cannon.
Yeah.
But I think like how this movie was shot, it was just like, it blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh. And all like you said, the action scenes, I thought those were really, really well done. What really stood out to me was the characters. Will Smith, Ben Foster, like you said, but I ain't gonna lie, he says the N-word a little too well though. Like I'm pretty sure he be practicing that.
He's an actor.
Man, come on, bro. There's acting in what the hell he said. Like it's just too perfect. I love these struggling films. I love to learn something new that I didn't know.
No, these are for you. This is why we have these.
I know you're not gonna learn as much because you already know it. You already know half of the stuff that went on. But me, I'm like I didn't know any of this. Mm-hmm. So it was actually cool to actually watch.
Yeah, what would you give it?
My favorite movie of the year, Better Than Sex.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely not go that far, man. But hey, that's cool. You walked there. Yeah. No, you walked away and you learned something. That's good. That's good. Like Martin said, that's for you.
Yeah.
And listen, there's a lot I appreciate about this movie. I really do. And sadly, like I said, we still do need films like this. But, much of this is more of the same, slave struggle films that we've seen. For me, this is a very, very low matinee. And it's right at rental. But
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
No, it's a very low matinee for me, man. And the only reason why it is a matinee is because I'm giving respect to all the people who worked on this film, like the crew and Antoine Fuqua's direction. Yeah, I'm just mostly giving it for the direction and the technical stuff in here, because I don't think this story is very strong. Just the beauty of the filmmaking here, and again, not just Anton Fuqua, but the crew, the people you don't see who helped to bring what we see here, having it look this good. I got to give respect to them. So that's the only reason why this is getting by on a low matinee. Otherwise, this would be a rental, because as a slave film, we've seen this so many times before, and we've seen it in less obvious Oscar bait ways, and we've seen better stories. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if you want to see something that's almost the same movie, 12 Years a Slave. Mm-hmm. And that is something that really felt more authentic. Mm-hmm. This just doesn't feel authentic to me. So yeah, I hate saying that.